Internet, Eric here. Well, we got a "Is it worth the hype" video for you guys today. "Is it worth the hype" is where I take a movie where it seems like everybody's seen it but me, and the majority, if not everybody, seems to love this film. Um, and I finally sit down for the first time and see, in my personal opinion, is it worth the hype? Is it worth the money that people spent to go out and see it? Is it worth the critics or the audience score? Is it worth all the buzz? Like, maybe the movie flopped at the box office, but everybody seems to love it now. So yeah, I'm a huge horror nut, as everybody knows, and I finally sat down and for the first time I watched, and I'm going to discuss if The Return of the Living Dead is worth the hype. Now, if you're new to my channel, welcome. I discuss plot spoilers, specific scenes. Can't really see with the glare, but oh well. Um, Plot spoilers, specific scenes, what have you. So watch at your own risk. So if you're like me and haven't seen this film, uh, you've been warned. The only background information that I got concerning hype, other than the fact that anyone who's pretty much a horror movie fan that I've talked to, absolutely loves this movie. I don't know a person that's into horror that doesn't have a blast with this movie. The only information I got hype wise for this was it was a budget of $4 million and it made 14.2 at the box office, so it made a profit. It wasn't a blockbuster, but it made a profit considering its budget. This came out in 1985. And according to Rotten Tomatoes, which of course means absolutely nothing, it just takes critic scores and averages them, and audience scores and averages them. Critics gave this a 91% approval, and audiences gave it a 79%. So, still pretty good. The critic score actually is what surprised me the most. Basic plot of this is we're following two guys who are working at I think it's a place where they ship out medical supplies like skeletons, to biology departments, and it's in the same universe where Night of the Living Dead, the George Romero movie, actually happened supposedly, and the two guys go downstairs. The older gentleman is telling the younger guy, this is where they kept the bodies, or this is where we have the bodies from the Night of the Living Dead incident because of some, I think it was like some snafu in the shipping department or something stupid like that. And lo and behold, I think they're trying to open it up, or they hit the tub that this zombie is in, and it releases this gas. They're hit in the face with the gas, and the gas goes into the atmosphere, and basically these guys are slowly turning into zombies while it is reanimating all the zombies, and they're all attacking this town while these two guys try to survive with the group of people that end up showing up. Man, I had a lot of fun with this one. Oh, so good. Um, let's get to the characters. The older gentleman, don't know his name, don't remember his name, but he was played by, I don't know. It doesn't matter. He is the more, I guess, straight laced of the two. He's very likable, very fun. He's got a good chemistry with the younger man, Freddy, who is played by Thom Mathews, who I think within a year of this went from a character named Freddy to fighting Jason, because he's Tommy Jarvis in Friday the 13th Part 6, Jason Lives. He's okay in this one. He's more of kind of like a big crybaby. And it's like he's likable with the older guy in the beginning. But then, of course, when he gets affected with this virus and it's slowly turning them into a zombie, like they're getting rigor mortis and this, he kind of becomes a whiny crybaby. Now, granted, he's in a lot of pain, and his situation now is more, oh, you hear the neck crack, oh, this and those type of things. But when he finally turns, shit hits the fan, and I really like his performance. He's actually quite scary. Um, probably my favorite character is Clu Gulager, who I absolutely love. He was in the Feast trilogy, and that's where I love him from. The Feast trilogy. He's the bartender. He's also in Nightmare on Elm Street 2, and basically everything his son does. He is their boss. He is the what the fuck is happening. We gotta contain this and keep it under wraps type of thing. Kind of an asshole, lovable asshole, stuck in a situation where he doesn't definitely want to be in, but he's got to do what he's got to do. So he's very likable. Like him a lot. We got some side characters that aren't important, but then we have the punks, and everyone remembers the punks. And what I like about this is they're all stereotypical looking punks. Like we have Linnea Quigley, who basically all I knew from this movie is that she gets naked and dances in a graveyard. She does. Full nudity in the graveyard. But she's got, the short orange hair and, the face paint. And then, I think, I don't remember what her name is. There's Suicide. He's the leader. He's the leader. He's the stereotypical leather jacket, piercings, facial piercings in the nose and this and that. Anyways, and some other guys. And what I love about these punks is you got like 4 stereotypical punks, and they're hanging out with a girl who's dressed like in a pretty dress and this and that. I think she's the girlfriend of Freddy, Thom Mathews, and then you got a guy in a suit. So I just love how they contrast with the punkers. I like the leader of the group. He's going through, I don't know if he's going through like an identity crisis, but he doesn't like it when people talk shit about him, and he gets emotional, and I think he has like an emotional breakdown with Linnea Quigley, and he's a lot of fun. Linnea Quigley, she's just there to get naked and dance. That's about it. She has a good death, and she's just there to kind of be weird. Nothing special, but doesn't take away from anything. And then, of course, my favorite punker is Miguel Nunez, who I have mentioned before. He is Demon in Friday the 13th 5. He's the one that dies in the Porta-John. And I also praised him in my Leprechaun 4 Is It Worth the Hate video. And he is hilarious in this one, too. I love him. He's so much fun. Great comedic timing. Great comedic relief. Yeah, he's a lot of fun. So those are the characters for the most part. I like how this is kind of slapsticky, but not over the top. It's not like Three Stooges or Naked Gun or anything like that. But it's definitely more towards the horror comedy. Take it super, super less serious than anything you've seen. It's a lot of fun. I love how supposedly this is the first time when the zombies go after your brain specifically. I love that, how they can talk and they say brains. But what's great about this type of zombie is they're not just, mindless creatures. They're fucking smart. I love that. There's a scene where they're attacking everybody. They attack some paramedics. And one of the zombies grabs the walkie-talkie or whatever. It says, send more paramedics. And then they kill some cops. Send more cops. So they know what they're doing. We meet the Tar Man. And I think we have a picture here. Everyone knows who the Tar Man is. I'll show it here. You might not be able to see it with the glare, but this guy. He's just another zombie, and you find out that they're super smart by him because he's chasing a girl, and she either locks herself in a room or just holds herself in a room, and he can't get the door open. So he makeshifts like a little. He redneck rigs something where he can like pull a pulley system with a rope, and it helps either break the door down or open the door. So I love how these zombies are smart. It's something I've never seen before. I've never seen a smart zombie. Zombies that can communicate. Zombies that can use tools. And I'm not talking about like Land of the Dead where by the 4th movie they're figuring shit out. This is good. They're smart from the very beginning. Love that. Gore actually isn't too over the top, I don't think. There's some good bites. There's one good bite. One of the punkers dies by getting bit right on the front of the head, and he's bald. So you get to see the. But other than that, I didn't find it too terribly gory. But soundtrack is a lot of fun. A lot of rock punk music. The creativity is really good. I love how after shit starts happening, and one of the cadavers, because like I said, that they're sending out medical supplies. One of the cadavers comes to life. And they have to kill it in a hilarious way because, they said, oh, well, in Night of the Living Dead, you shoot him in the brain. Well, they use a pickaxe to the brain. It doesn't work. It's great. So they have to dismember the body. And they think by throwing him in the crematorium, he's dead. But this is a great idea. I love this. They don't realize that they burn the body, the fumes go into the sky, and that's what makes all this shit happen as well. So that was creative. I love seeing like the fumes go through the earth and into like a shot of like, some feet in a casket, and I think the feet start moving. That's great. Just super super creative. I love let's see here. I saw the ending a mile away. If you know how these zombie movies are, you see it a mile away, but it worked perfectly because when, let's just say, when the problem is solved, we have these great freeze frame cuts, like shit's hitting the fan, and suddenly, because you knew it, I already said how Freddy is turned into a zombie. If you got the Blu-ray, you know what's going to happen. He breaks through, he's chasing after his girl and freezes, and then situation's taken care of. I liked that. Like I said, even though you saw it a mile away, I liked it a lot. It was done really well. Shit, what else? Music, good music, lots of fun. Holy shit. The Tar Man does look kind of fake. You can definitely tell it's a man, and I think in like a cheap Halloween costume, but it goes with the fun of this movie. A lot of people talk about Linnea Quigley being in this movie. Like I said, she doesn't do much. I didn't think her by the hype of she gets naked and dances in the cemetery. Whatever. Her body isn't that fantastic to me, and it wasn't that sexy of a dance. But I will say that poor woman, after that dance, she is running naked throughout pretty much the whole rest of the movie until she meets her end, falling in water. You know that fucking set was super, super cold. So, bless her heart for doing that. Yeah, likable characters. Love the punkers, especially Miguel Nunez. I like fucking Clu Gallagher, Gulager. I don't fucking know. Thom Mathews, when he becomes the zombie, is a lot of fun. I was surprised at how his boss, not the bigwig boss, Clu, but like his supervisor, was taken out of the situation after he was turned into a zombie. I did not see that coming. I did like how that happened. Oh, shit. One of the coolest parts is, I think, is they learn to communicate with these zombies. They have like half of a torso. It's a really, really skinny, like you can barely see it on the Blu-ray disc, but they captured this, like half of a torso. And yes, you do see zombie titties tied to a chair. They're communicating. They're asking, "Why are you doing this?" And you find out, and I really like it. The reason why they're eating the brains is it makes the zombie seem sympathetic. After they're resurrected or reincarnated, or not reincarnated, but they're brought back to life, reanimated. It makes them sympathetic because they're in constant pain, and eating the brain relieves them of that pain. Like this girl, zombie or whatever, she says, "I can feel myself rot." So you have sympathy, at least for this one. It's a sad scene mixed with some cool special effects. Yeah, I totally forgot about this scene. I'm glad I talked about it because I thought it was great. Not a lot I can say that I didn't like about The Return of the Living Dead. Is it worth the hype? To me, absolutely. Love this film. Like I said, the characters are great. Music's fun. The jokes are good. God. All right, I'm done saying what I can say. Absolutely loved The Return of the Living Dead. So if you haven't seen it and you still want to see it after I've spoiled the hell out of it, I don't think you will be disappointed. So, is The Return of the Dead? Is The Return of the Living Dead worth the hype? Absolutely. So, that's it. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Click the bell. Comment below. All that crap. Thank you to the new subscribers. Thank you to the subscribers to the Two Bearded Losers podcast page. All you got to do is type in Two Bearded Losers. We have all of our stuff uploaded there, plus all the links. I will still upload the show to this channel, but it also has its own channel as well. Don't know what else to say. Like, comment, subscribe. Already said that. Once again, totally worth the hype. Loved it. Cheers, and it's party time. Whatever. I don't know how to end these things anymore.